Right, so Dan from The Rock Show, I'm going to get this fella to introduce himself.
I'm Spencer from Ice 9 Kills.
And have you realised that we're kind of hair buddies, like twins almost?
Yes, I was given a photo of you before this interview and they told me to style my hair like yours.
See, weird that I got the same thing. So who had the picture first?
I think it was me.
Well, I didn't want to say.
It looks good on you though.
To be fair, I was going to say that it looks better on you, so maybe we're just equally lovely to each other.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate it too. So how are you doing, chap?
Doing great, yeah. A bit tired just on the journey over. It takes a little bit to acclimate to the time difference.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Excited to play, yeah.
How long is it until you actually go on stage now? It's not going to be that long.
2 hours.
In about 2 hours.
4:30, so
Nice.
like almost exactly 2 hours.
Because you're on my favourite stage of the day.
Yeah.
If I wasn't doing press, I would just be essentially trying to get on the stage the whole day.
That's a good stage.
It is. And, to be fair, and I was saying to you just before we went on camera, is I've been getting into your back catalogue a little bit on YouTube. And same with a lot of the bands on that stage. You guys, it's been a very well put together stage because you guys you're not the same as anybody else on there, but it is similar influences. Are you happy with the lineup that you've been given, with the stage buddies that you get?
Oh yeah, I think it makes sense. We're all sort of in, as you said, different bands, different sound, but in the same world, so it works together nicely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what have you guys been up to in the run-up to Slamdunk, apart from obviously travelling over?
We've been working on a new song that actually just came out yesterday.
Ah, sick.
And it was an interesting process because we actually had our fans vote on which book we would make our next song about. Our last album, every song was based on a different novel.
Nice.
And when we released that, kids really loved it. And they kept saying, "Hey, you should do this book too. You did such a cool job on this book. Do my favorite book." And the top two books that we kept hearing kids wanted us to cover was Psycho and The Shining. So we said, "Hey, wouldn't it be an interesting idea to put it up to the fans for voting and let them choose what our next song is about?"
Nice. Okay.
So we did that, and The Shining won, and we got into the studio, and I think we came up with something really cool, and something very interesting about this song. We had toured in the UK last fall, and we toured with this band Shields. It's a great band, and got to know them a little bit. It turns out that Sam, who sings and plays guitar, is Stanley Kubrick's grandson, the guy who directed The Shining.
Nice.
So when it came time to do the song, we're like, we love Sam's voice, we love their band, let's get him on the song. So he actually does some guest vocals on the song about The Shining.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm loving that. And they're not here today though, are they?
They are not, but we played with them last night in Scotland.
And did they come on and do the song with you?
They did, yeah. It was the first time we ever played the song at a show, so it was really cool.
And you got to do it that way as well. I absolutely love moments like that in music, because especially when they're not sort of catered for, do you know what I mean? They just sort of happen quite organically. So that's fantastic. Are you looking forward to getting it out to the crowd today? Is it on the set list for today?
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so essentially the UK gets this song before anybody else?
That's right.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
UK exclusive.
We don't normally get a lot of that unless it's a UK band. So kind of sick that you guys are giving us that treat, I suppose.
Right, you guys got the exclusive first premiere.
Fantastic. So what are your plans for the rest of the summer? What's the next couple of months looking like for you guys?
So we're doing Slamdunk, and then we're doing a couple of other shows. We're playing in London, Underworld.
Nice.
Basically to cap off the entire trip, and headed back to the States. And then we're just going to be working on a new album basically the whole summer.
Okay.
Outside, we were nominated for an Alternative Press Music Award for Breakthrough Band, so we're going to be going to that award show in July.
And I imagine getting messy at the award show.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it.
Are you thinking that you might do a sort of a repeat of the last time? I can remember seeing an award show, Ollie Sykes ended up collapsing a table because he was jumping on it. Do you guys want to try and collapse a table yourself? Or
we'll probably want to one-up that, so maybe collapse 2 or 3 tables.
Or half the stage?
That's a good idea.
Or it could be one of those wrestling moments where you do a suplex and the whole ring goes.
That would be nice.
Yeah, no, I quite like it.
The Undertaker. So.
Yeah. Do you reckon that you could dress up as the Undertaker? Could you pull that look off?
I think I could do it.
I think he'd be up for it. He'd understand why. You know, he'd understand why. So with the next album, are you guys writing another novel-based album, or were you capping it off with the track that you've just done?
We've seen that our fans really like the idea of having an overall sort of overarching concept on the record, but we don't want to repeat ourselves exactly. So I think we're going to use that idea of having sort of a general theme and apply it to a different subject.
Okay.
Because I think it would be a little bit redundant to do the same thing with books.
Yeah.
So we might travel into a different medium. Maybe we'll do something exclusively with films, but we're still batting the ideas around.
Well, I'm going to start tweeting you guys ideas as I come up with them as to things that you should base it on. They'll get progressively weirder as like sort of more suggestions happen.
We're pretty weird guys. So.
That worked quite well. It's based on Pokemon. The next one.
Wow. That could be pretty metal.
I would love to hear like a metal version of Pikachu, but the problem is if you're going true Pokemon, you'd only be able to say the name of the Pokemon that you were basing it on. So it'd just be 2 minutes of screaming Pikachu over and over again.
Which would get a little bit...
Well, maybe the first couple of times would be quite fun, but when you guys are like a year into playing that track, they're just like, oh, I don't want to say Pikachu anymore.
Kill me. Yeah, I feel you.
So these are the trials that you face when doing a Pokemon-based album.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Well, thank you for putting up with me being weird at you for a couple of minutes.
No problem.
Always good fun speaking to you guys.
Thanks for having us.
And I'm hoping that I'll be able to bust out a press to be able to come catch you guys, because it would be the first time I've seen you live.
That'll be awesome.
And, well, I'm definitely going to pretend that I knew about the Shining track before you told me about it, and I'm not going to be listening to it before you guys go on stage so that I know what it sounds like.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, totally knew about that already. So, all right, well, thank you very much, my man.
No problem. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.